Chelsea Football Club, Garnacho's doing it, and he's doing it in record time. It's only been 2 months and we've already seen it. What am I talking about? 2 weeks in a row, the guy's moping publicly in front of the cameras, and now Sky have picked up on it. He's going to be broadcasted. Let's break this down. Secondly, Reece James. Maresca explains why Reece James is in the middle. Only complimentary words. However, I've got a little bit of a complaint about Reece James in the middle. We need to talk about it. Maresca also went on a little tour of talking about Moises Caicedo, and his vastly complimentary things have got caught in the media. Maresca called him the best midfielder in the world, alongside one other player. We'll break that down. And finally, Maresca came out with very interesting quotes regarding what Chelsea need to do to close the gap. They're very straightforward. However, he has identified one thing he's very happy about, and in my opinion, it's pivotal for us to compete, not only for the league, for us to be a big institution once again. We need to continue doing this one thing that will fix our problems. But before we get started, number one, hit that like button. This is your favorite content creator here, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. Secondly, subscribe to the channel is the best way to support. And thirdly, in the comments below, what is a realistic objective for Chelsea this year? Because evidently when we play the big teams, what we end up doing is we rise our level, we play the smaller teams, we reduce our level, and then all of a sudden we have a topsy-turvy ride for the rest of the season where I don't know where we sit. What is our realistic objective for this year? Let's break this down. Let's get into it. Alejandro Garnacho is absolutely frustrating, right? Garnacho came to Chelsea. Everybody warned me that you're not going to like him. He's got a big ego. It's always about him. If he doesn't score, he's moping. If he's taken off, he's moping. And a lot of people told me, don't worry, Alex. This will get fixed purely based on the fact that he's at Chelsea. It's a toxic environment in Manchester over there. You know, Man United, nobody's good there. They didn't like Rashford. They didn't like Jadon Sancho. They didn't like Pogba. They didn't like Garnacho. It's a theme. They just don't like anybody. So at Chelsea, it'll fix. Enzo Fernandez will keep him on the straight. 2 games in a row now, Alejandro Garnacho starts. Garnacho now all of a sudden is taken off. Garnacho twice public displays of frustration. Normally it's public displays of affection, you know them ones. In this case, it's public displays of dissatisfaction. He's not happy. He is actively talking to himself. He's next thing you know, he's talking to little Jimmy, our truth's friend. And thirdly, he actively continues to mope while he's on the bench. This needs to stop. A lot of people are going to say, look, Alex, you said you like when your players are frustrated about getting taken off. Yes, be frustrated, be grumpy. You don't need to continue the show. You don't need to talk to yourself. You don't need to highlight on the bench. You don't need to do this, oh, boo-hoo, boo me. When we're losing, I kind of get it. You know, we're all feeling that way. When we're winning, you cannot be moping, bro. You are not the main character of this film. This isn't Mission Impossible and you're not Tom Cruise. This is Chelsea Football Club and you're Alejandro Garnacho. Remember your role, stay in your lane. I'm sorry, you're privileged to be at our club. None of us wanted you. Nobody wanted you. So the fact that Garnacho now is moping publicly and catching all the light, in my opinion, it frustrates me. Because it's just another sideshow. And Garnacho is absolutely frustrating when it comes to that. Because in reality, mate, you must be this is actually a message to Garnacho. Garnacho is very frustrated. Is absolutely infuriated. Because Alejandro Garnacho thinks he's the main character and lives in an alternative universe to Chelsea Football Club. Because in his head, he's playing well where he should be playing 90 minutes. In my eyes, you're playing poorly and you are lucky to get any minutes you are given. So this moping around, throwing your arms around, talking to yourself on the bench, trying to make sure that cameras pan into you, continue that. Because we will pure profit your backside in January. Trust me, one thing Blueco do, they will sell you quicker than the speed of light. So you continue this behavior. It is an absolute damning indictment, right? That he has been here for 2 months and done absolutely nothing apart from a goal in a defeat, and yet still has the confidence to be moping around like he is warranting some sort of minutes. Broski, we saved you from Manchester United. Amarim told you better find a new club. And since you've left, they've turned good. Since you've come to us, my left wing has turned terrible. I miss Sancho and Noni. That's how bad it is. But on to more positive news, because this is a positive channel. We talk about positive things, however, sometimes we have to get things off our chest. Reece James. Reece James started in the midfield, and what Reece James gives us in the midfield is a little bit of physicality, according to Enzo Maresca, and that's what we needed, you know? We needed that steal in the middle. We needed to win that midfield battle, and I said it the other day. I said, look, if you want to play champagne football, you're going for a risk where you might lose. When you win midfield battles, 9 out of 10 times you win games. And in this case, Caicedo and Reece, plus you got someone else in like an Enzo Fernandez, you got steel, you got drive, you got tenacity, you got bite, and it works. So when Maresca comes out and explains his decisions and results go properly, everyone's happy. However, when results go poorly, people start saying, what's he doing? He's playing players out of the position. And I am going to tell you now, Chelsea Football Club are a better team with 3 midfielders and 2 fullbacks that absolutely keep their width. If you played Reece James at right back because he's the best right back in the world, and you go with Lavia or Santos with Caicedo and Enzo, we are a much better team. Enzo Maresca, it is very simple. Do not cause yourself problems. You are spoiled for choice. Do you know how many managers would beg to have Lavia and Santos? And what you're doing is you're putting Reece James in the middle and putting Gusto at right back when you have a better right back in Reece, and you have 2 brilliant midfielders. Use the tools that you have at your disposal, my friend. It is a gift, it's not a curse. Smile and use it. 4-3-3 and Chelsea Football Club are going to get so much consistency, so many good results, and we are going to be cooking with oil. Trust me, Enzo, do it. You will not regret it. Forget this nonsense of inverting Cucurella. Let Estevao come in. Let Joao Pedro roam. Let Palmer be on the right-hand side. But give me 3 midfielders, old school Chelsea. This is Chelsea. This is our DNA. I know what I'm talking about, my friend. You were playing at Sevilla while I was watching. So trust me, I've got notes. If you need to have a chat, trust me, Kavkas View email address in the bio. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We will have a chat. I will explain my logic and you will like it. Trust me. What I love about this Moises Caicedo saga is that for the last 18 months, we as a community, all of us, the Bratuhi on this channel have been saying Moises Caicedo is the best midfielder in the league. Moises Caicedo is brilliant. And people didn't want to give us the respect, the due diligence, because all they said was, oh, he's a flop. You're overhyping him. You don't watch other teams. That's the common one I get. And now, Moises Caicedo has become mainstream to the point where people are like, oh, you know what? Yeah, Moises Caicedo is actually kind of good, mate. Hey, Moises Caicedo, you see his little goals, mate. You see those assists. Bloody hell, he's like an octopus. Everybody's giving him compliments. You know, oh my God, you see his leg? He's got a bionic leg. It goes around people, flicks it around, and somehow it gets the ball clean. Even when he fouls, he still gets the ball, guys. You're hearing it all the time now. Everyone rates him. The key here is, though, Enzo Maresca has come out and given him the vote of confidence in public. Enzo Maresca said, look, Moi is a humble guy. He's a good guy. In my opinion, he's the best defensive midfielder with Rodri. And you know what? Ballon d'Or Rodri deserves all the respect he gets. But Rodri had an ACL injury and since then hasn't hardly played. So technically, Caicedo is the best defensive midfielder in the world. In my opinion, Caicedo deserves more praise than he gets. Anything happens to Moises Caicedo, I'm praying that he can have my right leg, my left leg, my arm, my shoulder, whatever you need, broski, apart from my heart, because I still got to breathe. So I still need it to beat, and then I need my lungs as well, so I can breathe. Other than that, rest you can take, bro. I will make sure you're fine, right? However, we need to make sure Moises Caicedo stays fit, because in reality, Palmer going down, we're finding a way to cope. If my boy Moises goes down, I don't know what we're going to do, bro. Because Moi is absolutely pivotal to Chelsea Football Club. I don't think we can replace him. I was talking about Lavia, Santos, and Enzo. That midfield sounds brilliant. But then not one of them is Moises Caicedo. Not one of them is Moises Caicedo. And I'm not sacrificing Moi for anything. So for me, the respect that he's getting from everyone, it's only coming for one reason. Because he's got goals and assists now. It's hilarious that defensive midfielders are getting judged by goals and assists. In essence, though, he could be an old school 8 really well. Moises Caicedo, long term, in my opinion, has to be as an 8 with Enzo Fernandez or a Santos. And you have Lavia in the pivot. Honestly, we would have 3 players that can build up play, that can tackle, we would be so good in a 4-3-3. You just don't understand. It's so frustrating that we don't play a 4-3-3, but it is what it is. This is Chelsea in 2025, but we are so spoiled for choice. I love this team, man. I absolutely love this team. It frustrates me how inconsistent we can be. And speaking of inconsistency, let's get into it. Dude, How inconsistent are we as a football club? And Enzo Maresca got it right. He said, look, at the end of the day, the performance today was maybe not the best going forward and taking our chances, but we created a lot of chances and we defended well and we got the clean sheet, and that was pivotal. And for me, that is the most important thing. Keeping clean sheets as a football club wins trophies. Good attacks get you far. Defenses close deals. They are closers. Solicitors do the research. Barristers close the deal in court. We need more barristers, all right? Get me proper clean sheets, old school. I don't care if we score 4 or 5. I just want to win 1-0. Yesterday, I was celebrating Sanchez picking the ball out of the air from crosses as if we were scoring goals. Because what it does is demoralizes the opposition to the point where they're like, oh my days, this is annoying. Attacks are dying. And Enzo Maresca's right. We need to make sure we score more goals and keep more clean sheets. As simple as it sounds, it is as simplistic as that, and I love it. I absolutely adore it. It makes me happy. The key is, though, what Chelsea are we going to see, man? What Chelsea are we going to see? Because what we've seen is we've won 5 of our last 6. Everyone's happy, right? In the Premier League, we have won 3 of our last 4. We have beaten Liverpool, Forest, lost to Sunderland, beat Spurs. That sounds good on paper, right? In reality, though, we should have beaten Sunderland. We had to go and beat Sunderland. We would be speaking with so much vim, so much smoke. We would be in such a good position. And now, all I'm saying is we need to aim for 70 points. And if we get there early, then we can start talking about the title. But before there, it's 70 points. Until this team displays to me they can get to 70 points with time to spare. Time to spare meaning before game week 38. Then we can talk about title races. Then we can talk about top 4 challenges. Then we just get to 70 points because that will secure top 4. Then we can just say how high can we finish. These fake positions at the moment, because in reality, we lost yesterday, we would have been 11. We won and all of a sudden we're 5th. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's so tight, it's so congested. Like, Bournemouth for 2nd with 18. Like, what are we doing here? This league is absolutely congested. Arsenal are kind of running away with it. That title race is not done, by the way. Erling Haaland, has got his own little plan for that. So we'll leave it at that. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I had a lot to get off my chest, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, beating Spurs always puts a smile on my face. If you guys did not see the smile on my face yesterday, the video is pinned over here. Go check it out, enjoy it. This was the Kavkas View at its finest. Banter, left, right, and center. Cucurella, my favorite Spanish Chihuahua, was on fire. I break it down, get into it. Peace out, I'm out. Have a lovely day.